Good morning. I'm Julia Gazelle for the Rockbridge Report, and today I'm here with Sharon Fox, the owner of a brand new clothing and boot store in Buena Vista on 29th Street. Sharon, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. To begin, would you tell me a little bit about your background? Do you and your husband have any sort of retail experience?
Actually, I used to work doing decorating in town, and this is just a dream that I had, and here I am.
And how long have you lived in the area in Buena Vista?
All my life.
And your husband as well?
Yes.
Did you ever move away?
Actually, I lived in Fredericksburg when I was probably in my 20s, and in Virginia Beach also. So.
Okay, nationally, retail stores see about 30% as much of their business during the Christmas holidays. How important are the holidays for you, especially as a new store?
Since this is more a hobby for me, and it's something that is added to what we already have been doing for years, it's more important that I enjoy doing what I'm doing and that people enjoy coming into my store. So sales are great, but community is more important.
And what's your target audience for FoxTrot boots and apparel?
I kind of hit every market. I'm teenager all the way up to the 60-year-old woman, 70-year-old woman that doesn't want to look 70 years old.
And could you tell me when you all officially opened and a little bit about the process leading up to that day?
We officially opened on September 14th, and it started probably in March, really thinking about it. We had a renter in the space that we have, and it became available, and I thought it was a perfect place to put a store. The community needed something, and so we opened up on September 14th, and I think it was September 14th, and the next week, I think it was the 22nd, we had our grand opening. So.
And what were sort of the biggest hurdles that you overcame to open the store?
Learning how to go to market. That was interesting.
Okay, and where do you go to market?
In Atlanta.
Just in Atlanta? Do you have any other spots?
We are planning to go to Dallas, I think, in February, and because it's kind of hard to find men's stuff, and there I think I can hit both women and men, but Atlanta was interesting.
So why do you think finding men's stuff is harder than women's?
I think women shop more than men. And
probably true.
Yeah, and I just think that you give a man usually a pair of pants and a shirt, and he's happy, and the wife goes in and buys whatever she wants him to have, and she shops for herself.
And why did you all decide to open in Buena Vista?
Buena Vista really used to be a booming town, and in '85, after the flood, all the stores closed, and we owned the building that we opened in, and so it just made sense to open down there. We actually pick up people from the Amherst, Lynchburg area. We also pick up Lexington, Rockbridge County, Waynesboro. Route 60, which is 29th Street, is a good area because you have people traveling through. So it just was a good spot for us.
And what are some of the challenges of opening a business in Buena Vista?
Advertising. I would say advertising, because we're on the radio, but you have your older folks that never listen to the radio. Newspaper, but the younger people don't really look at the newspaper. So word of mouth is the best advertisement for this area. And so when your customers come in, you want to make sure that they feel welcome. And if you don't do that, your business won't grow.
What about social media as a form of advertising?
Actually, we have a Facebook page, and Southern Virginia is working on our website, and we'll have an online presence. So hopefully that will help sales also.
And I know the National Retail Federation reported that 44% of all shoppers shopped online on Black Friday. So with this retail presence. Are you going to be selling things on your new website?
Yes.
That's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think could make the business climate in Buena Vista better?
That's a hard question because you have Southern Virginia there, and I think that that's going to help grow. I think industry in Buena Vista will help retail grow, and I think it's just going to be time more than anything because it's gone, you know, there's only a couple places open there now. It used to be a great place. You could go get whatever you needed there. So I think time, you know, and just building a reputation.
Could you kind of describe what the town looked like years ago when it was booming, and I know there was an opera house there that was a main part of the town. What did kind of the downtown area look like?
You had storefronts. All of Buena Vista had storefronts. You had ice cream parlor. You had a movie theater downtown. There were actually two. There were jewelry stores, ladies' boutiques. You had a People's Department store. I think that was probably one of the last stores to leave, and it left in '85 after the flood.
What kind of things does Buena Vista do to help small businesses?
There are grants for revitalization downtown. I don't know if they're still offering those. We didn't qualify because we're not in that downtown district. A lot of the stores have just really, they need a lot of renovation. They need a lot of work. And I know the state was offering money at one time to do that, but I think they have given out all of that was available.
I think you're speaking to the facade improvement grants.
Yes.
Those have been used by a lot of the stores I know downtown.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you all you're on 29th Street, so that's not really the main drag of Buena Vista. Could you talk a little bit about why you all picked that spot?
We picked it because the parking is great. We had bought it used to be an old Food Lion, CVS, and a dollar store up there. So really you had the bones for everything already there. We owned the building, so it was a great place for us to go ahead and set up. Any renovations, any upgrades that we do, they're beneficial for that property. Plus, just for the parking. I mean, downtown, I know where there used to be a People's Department store. I know that the school board has that, or something with the school has it, so there's no parking downtown anymore. Plus, I think we get more traffic because when they changed the routes in Buena Vista, you used to not use that back street, and everybody crossed on Main Street. Now everybody uses the back street. So really, Main Street didn't really matter. It was really off the beaten path also.
And are there any other stores in the area, right on 29th?
No, but we're actually planning to do some things up there. We have quite a bit of space, and there's quite a few things happening up that way. So,
could you touch on any of those things?
No, it's not up to me to say anything, but there are a lot of things getting ready to happen.
Okay. Now, why did you want to open a clothing and boots store?
This is my baby. My children are grown now, and it's something that I always wanted to do. I spent all my time on my children and getting them where they needed to be, and put off what I wanted to do for years. And finally had the opportunity, and we didn't have the responsibilities that we had had before. So, plus I love clothing. I just love shopping. So actually this probably saves money, me filling a store rather than filling my closet.
And the store is called FoxTrot Boots and Apparel. Had you and your husband always planned to use your last name in the title?
No, actually we hadn't, and we actually were going to call it Foot of the Mountain. And his father always called that area Foot of the Mountain. Well, there used to be a restaurant that just recently closed in Buena Vista, and it was called Foot of the Mountain. We didn't even realize that's how much we go down Main Street. And we said, oh, we can't use for the mountain. So we were trying to think of something that would relate back to shoes, also, you know, clothing. And anyway, we ended up with FoxTrot.
And is there a story behind the cute little fox you have with the boots as your emblem?
We always use everything that's Fox because our last name is Fox. So anything that is Fox, and everybody always buys us Fox stuff. So anyway, we had that designed for our bags, and it turned out really cute. And if you notice, he has on slouch boots.
Oh, I see, yep. Well, that's all the time we have for today. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Julia Gazelle.